Hey everybody, this is Dustin, Urban Specialist. So I was just looking at this Outdoors RV Titanium series, and I wanted to talk about real quick a Swintech side out. So here's a Swintech side out rail, but depending on what is in the slide out and what's going on, you know, if you see this one has got a double bracket, right? And we see that when units have a heavier weight in it. Sorry about the noise in the background. That's one of the guys doing a roof behind me, but this unit has a refrigerator in it. That's what those black doors are. And so it probably has a kitchen, and because of the heaviness of the room, that's why this has a double rail on that. So if you've ever wondered like, hey, how come some of my slide outs have a single rail like this and some of them have a double rail, that's it. But something else to talk about too is all that putty up there that's on those rails needs to be scraped off, tightened up. All the putty tape that's bled out on this side of this rail needs to be scraped off, tightened up, and then they all need to be resealed with silicone to do like a water deflection on it. So this is a Blackstone 250 RKS. Let's go take a peek inside just to see what it looks like. So they just replaced the slide out on this side, and I'll go out and show you the example on it. This is Oso, one of our shop foremen, and he's been with me since 2003, so 22 years we've been working on these bad boys together. This guy is the man. But, so you said you found out that not only that the slide out was worn and getting damaged, but it was also out of alignment or out of timing?
Yeah, they installed the H column too far away from the slide, so it was skipping on the gears.
And that's what was causing the damage to it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go out and look at that too. But so this slide out got replaced, and then as you can see, this one has the double, is because it has the weight of the refrigerator and it has the weight of a couch in it. So that's why they put that on there. But all right, well, I'm gonna get out of this unit, let him keep doing his thing. I can see one of the tools that he's made is he's made himself a jumper off a battery with Swintech cables with his own slide out switch. So he's super creative, folks. he's always making some kind of gadget or his own little tester or whatever. But let's go look at these rails. So I haven't looked at these yet, but oh yeah, I see some of the wear. So see all the wear, and it's actually chewed. Oh, that's sharp. It actually chewed up this, so it's probably chewed up the gear as well inside. And that was on the bottom, or maybe the top. I'm not sure. It looks like it's doing the same thing over there. You can see where these get puttied on the back side, but sometimes the putty tape is not that good when it's put on. So as you can see here, you can see all the dust and the dirt. Like I see, I just knocked some off, crumbs and sawdust and whatnot. So just because they have putty on it doesn't mean that water can't, depending on when it got squished out, water can't get past it. So make sure you're keeping up on your water, your putties. Same thing on the sides. They'll put a putty tape on the side of these rails where these screws go. Well, when that stuff is bleeding out, it's basically the tattletale of that thing is shimmying and shaking from that whole room. So that whole room on that coach over there, we'll go back to that. My example is this whole entire room is sitting there vibrating like that, which is causing this putty to work itself out from behind that molding. And again, you see where these screws end. So right here, oops, let me get out of that spot. Right here, there's not much space where that makes contact with the wall. He's actually closing this up, doesn't know that I'm out here. So see all that putty that bled out up there on the rails? We don't want that getting into any of that. And then all that putty that bled out on that wall. So I'll let Sam know to remind the owner that he needs to do some preventive maintenance. Same thing with this. Look how much putty tape has bled out right here, right? And so this wall, this molding is loose. And as the coach is sitting there vibrating, it's actually working the putty that's behind it, pushing it out, forcing out the putty that's behind it. So all these moldings need to be tightened up. The insert moldings need to be replaced. The body needs a full body reseal, like 100%. There's even a bunch of stuff on the body that hasn't been sealed. Same thing with the refrigerator door. The refrigerator door is loose. Look how bad all of that putty tape has bled out, even down here, right? So this refrigerator door, because it's shaking and moving, needs to be tightened up. It needs to be resealed. Just going through and talking about all the putties and stuff that's bleeding out from everything kind of shaking around on this thing.
Yeah, that's why decided to stop using the putty tape. We use silicone instead.
Yeah, exactly. So same thing here, you know, you can see where they've sealed it from the factory, and then they've used, they actually used like a geocell, like the construction adhesive, instead of just a regular silicone. So you must have really fought to get all that stuff off there, because it's like,
Yeah.
it's basically on there like you would use a liquid nail.
This one, how we break it up.
Oh yeah,
The backside.
the backside, yep. Yeah, it's on there good. That's bad. So anyways, using the right products always makes a big difference. Okay, so thanks so much for watching. If you haven't seen us or checked us out on Outdoors RV Owners in the Repair Shop, we also added to that repairs and maintenance to the name, because some owners were like, hey, I'm an owner and it's in the RV shop. Well, we do these videos to help guide you and help explain maintenance, what we're doing, things that we're keeping up on, suggestions, recommendations. Sometimes you're the owner and you see this and go, hey, nobody told me about that or whatever. You can always call back and make an appointment. Sometimes it's miscommunication or timing on my part, where I've done so many of these, I don't go back in and tell somebody, or maybe the tech doesn't get a chance to sit there and talk with the owners or talk with the service advisor to say, hey, you're in here for this complaint. We took care of the complaint. But beyond that, that's why we do these exterior evals, is to find all this other stuff wrong and let you know. So whether you fix it or whether we fix it, that you at least know, hey, there's an issue. So this is like kind of having like a nail in the tire. If you're the owner and you do watch this, I would highly recommend that either you go around and tighten everything up, or you bring it back to us and have us go back and tighten everything up and reseal everything. All these moldings are pulled loose. You can see that molding right there. See how loose that molding is? I can move it, and the screw cover shrunk up, as well as all the sealants. So sealants everywhere have shrunk up, separated. This whole molding, I can completely see clear to the back side. It's completely wide open back behind there. I don't know if you can see that gap or not, but that is completely let loose compared to down here. So see how down here, and then we come up and oh, look at the white. And we come up and oh, look at the white. This whole cap cover, and this is called a screw cover. There's a transition molding behind it, which is holding this front cap to this wall, just like this. This is the screw cover clip, and that's the screw cover itself. Like just how that's loose, this is loose from this whole thing moving and flexing. So that all needs to be secured. It needs to be tightened up. We could probably warm that up and stretch it back down and add a screw to hold it. All of the sealants on your unit need to be completely trimmed off and resealed. You can see all the separations and stuff on the compartments. You're going to end up getting unseen water damage, and you're never going to know it. So like I'm saying, even my guys, so see how you can see the shininess of the silicone here. He's trimmed it all off after he's put the new one on. He's gone back and used clear silicone to seal it, and he's done that on both sides. Same thing with your awning side out topper brackets. They need to be trimmed off, tightened up. You actually have a little, I'm going to say a no-no in this bracket. See how there's a screw right there? There should be another one right there. So it's the same on this side. So if those screws from vibration break off and shear off, it's missing the other one. So I don't know if it ever was put in from the factory or not, but it's missing the secondary screw. If that shears off, that tube is going to vibrate itself loose, which is going to cause more damage and wrinkling to it, or it's going to damage on that side. It's going to cause pressure. So when one side fails, the other side's going to fail. This thing's going to shift in or out in transit or during operation, cause damage to your sidewall. So bunch of stuff. I wouldn't leave your water regulators hanging out the side of the coach like that. Take a minute and unscrew them. Get to 45 instead of that one, because it's already bending the inner lip. Again, body reseal, replace your screen cover latch for your water heater, put on the bug screens. Same thing here, it's shrinking up, and all the putties are bled out. So, okay, I'll quit nagging on this unit, but if you own an outdoors RV, let's keep it squared away. Let's keep it watertight. Again, I talk about RV silicones and sealants. These are used as a deflection only. It's not used to prevent water from getting back there. If water is actually getting back there, then the compartments and the stuff need to come out. But most of the time when these silicones aren't here, water is getting back there and it's going to dry rot and damage your coach. Look at all the pictures and videos we have on YouTube's articles or any Facebook group. You'll go and see somebody at some point has water damage. And we're in Lodi, California. It rains, but not that much. So say for those of you that are in like a state that's got snow, or you've got a lot of condensation and moisture, which we do because we're in the valley, or if you got a lot of rain, keep an eye on this, because you're going to basically devalue your investment. So if you ever want to resell it, or hey, I got water damage or dry rot or delam or whatever, there goes the value of it. So, all right, well, thanks so much for watching, and make sure you join us in Outdoors RV Owners Maintenance and Repairs in the RV Shop with Dustin. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.